Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am BorderWise and it has been a while and I apologize. And I've got a few things to apologize for actually. First off is there was supposed to be a whole building a PC diary slash series and that didn't pan out because, well, firstly I lost half the footage of it because I stupidly put it on a device which I then reset to factory settings because it was also broken. And also because it just proved to be too much all at once. I was trying to build a PC, I was trying to learn how to build a PC, I was trying to film me building a PC while studying for an IT certification exam which involves building PCs and other things as well. So it was just too much all at once, so I just focused on building the bloody thing, and that's the good news. I've done it. I've put it together and it works, and yeah, this is just going to be a little, I guess, consolation, just show you what's in the box now. It works very well, it's beautiful, I love this. And yeah, I didn't even have to reinstall all my stuff because my old hard drive is still in there, and it still has everything I could want, really, so it's fantastic. And so I'll just give you a little tour of the case and what I put together, and yeah, then back to our regularly scheduled content, I guess. Okay, so here is our box. This is my old box. This is one of the things, well, the case definitely is something that I retained, because I like this case. It is a nice case. And yeah, but it's got brand new stuff in it, and it is fantastic. So first things first, I'm going to pop open the side. The case, by the way, is slightly broken, but that's not a huge deal. So, what have we got in here? We've got new stuff. We've got a new power supply. We've got a new motherboard, a new CPU, and that's it really. Power supply, CPU, there's a new solid-state drive in there as well, not sure, there it is. Lighting's not great, I do apologize for that. The fact that everything in here is black in order to look cool does not help. However, I do have a handy sheet of paper to go over, like, what is in here. So starting from the top, the CPU, which is buried under that CPU fan, and it's like, perhaps not perfect cable management that's happening in there. If I tilt this up, can you see it better? You can. So, that CPU that is under the CPU cooler there, that thing is an, reading off my sheet of paper, is an AMD Ryzen 9 5950X CPU, 16 core, 32 threads. So that is a pretty damn cutting-edge CPU. Which is overkill, actually, a bit for a gaming machine, because that's mainly for rendering, and also having just a fast CPU works very well for from the depths, so I might put some stuff on the end of this showing like 4 Megalodons brawling with each other, which my previous CPU would absolutely chug and would not be able to handle. But this one does it just fine, so it works very nicely. Also, I did want to plug this in so you could see how it lights up all pretty. But I'm having to rush this a little bit because my sister slash flatmate actually wants to use the space I'm filming this in, so sorry about that. Do not blame her, blame me. I've had all day to do this and I chose to do it now. Okay, so what else? So the solid state drive, I'm not sure if you can see it in there, that thing that actually straight up says Kingston on it, that is a Kingston KC3000 512GB PCIe 4.0 M2 internal solid-state drive. So that is a nice little thing. Tempted to go for the 1TB version, but I thought to myself, like, what am I actually going to put on there that takes up that much space, since I tend to have a pretty high turnover of footage and stuff like that. Also, I would have loved to show you this stuff like straight out of the box, but, well, I lost that footage. And I'm not about to disassemble this thing to show you again. Sorry. Anyway, then there's RAM. So, these are these two pale things you see there with the LEDs on top of them. Those are the RAM sticks. Only 2 out of the 4 RAM slots, the DIMM slots, are filled. Trust me, I am going to fill that with RAM as soon as my finances have recovered a little bit, because this was kind of an expensive setup. Not as expensive as it could have been. Like, if I'd bought it pre-built or had to buy absolutely every component, it would have been a lot more. But yeah, RAM is expensive, and so I'm going to hold off on that a little bit. That is G-Skill, Trident Z, RGB, F4, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 16 per stick, so 16 times 2, DDR4, because DDR4 is in, DDR3 is not in, and DDR3 would not work on this motherboard. Oh wow, I just kind of skipped over. Alright, so the motherboard is an ASRock B550, I can't read my own handwriting, I think that's PG Riptide ATX, so it's for AMD Ryzen 3rd Gen 5000 series, which coincidentally is exactly the kind of CPU, or at least I think so, that has been stuck in the CPU slot, so that's very nice. And last but not least, this is a, well, it literally says on the side there, it is a Thermaltake Tough Power GF1 750 watt power supply, ARGB, and fully modular, and I am already in love with modular power supplies because they are fantastic. It means you don't have excess wires, you use only wires you need, and yeah. And so there's a bunch of stuff I have retained, so I've already kind of given the game away regarding that. The cooler is a big one because the cooler was very new. You can see it's still kind of shiny. And that is a Silverstone PF120 V2 ARGB all-in-one liquid CPU cooler. So liquid cooling. I could potentially jam a bit more cooling in here. I might have to, who knows. You can see there, I'm not sure if I can get away with this, is that there's this kind of compartment over here just underneath the optical drive, which isn't really being used, so I thought I might just stick a cheap fan in there for style points if nothing else. I'm learning that style counts for a lot in building PCs. Maybe, maybe not, we'll see how we go. Hopefully I don't cook my CPU finding out the hard way that I need that. And also, various hard drives, so if I'm over here in the front of the case, you can see over here and up here, various hard drives. I think actually the shop I got it from, Playtech, might have set up a RAID array, and a few weeks ago I would have no idea what that was, but I think they have. But yeah, and the optical drive is still there because it's still fine, and that's a pain in the ass to remove, by the way. Yeah, so my Blue Yeti microphone and headphones, which I didn't think to drag out with me here, that's still the same keyboard and mouse, and, well, yeah, the case is still very much still here. It still has that old case fan in the front, and that case fan, that's the top, hello, and that's the front, and bonus points is that this case comes with a little knob to change the fan speed, which is not connected, because I took one look at that and thought, like, yeah, I'm never going to bother with that. I'm fine with my fans just going full tilt all the time. I have audio editing software to deal with that, should it be too much. So yeah, that's my new setup, and I'm probably going to cut to in-game from the depths to show you the difference this makes, because I can do awesome stuff with it. So see you there. Alrighty, so here we are in the custom battle setup, and on our left is the magnificent Turtle Lord, and on the right is 3 Megalodons. Now, I will invite you to note that this is already running silky smooth, whereas my old PC would already be chugging even though the battle hasn't even started yet. And once the fight starts, you will note that there's 80,000 plus 90,000 blocks in play, and we're not in degraded mode, and things are going pretty smooth. Giant cram volley just hit, and we are still silky smooth, and it is magnificent. Perfect. And this is gorgeous. So this actually means that I can play around with much bigger craft than I could before. And I will invite you to note that there are pleasing shadows. And yeah, I can run this game at full graphics settings, because as it turns out, one of the main reasons I couldn't was probably because of the CPU rather than the graphics card. The graphics card is doing just fine. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, this feels really, really nice. Just to show off the kind of things that this PC can do. I think we are dropping the occasional frame, but it's still pretty steady, considering the amount of blocks in play. It's ridiculous. See how the Turtle Lord's doing. Turtle Lord is outmatched, by the way, in terms of material count, but not in block count. So yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Not a degraded mode to be seen. Also, we're in stable branch. There was a stable update that I unfortunately missed. My buddy Ohm is Futile has covered it.
there's your shout out, Ohm. Everybody go watch Ohm is Futile, because he is lovely. And his face is wonderful as well. He's using a face cam these days. So yeah, that's basically it for I build a computer and here's what it can do. It's running from the depths absolutely wonderfully. I am probably going to be in my spare time running all kinds of games on it just to see what this thing can do, and I am very, very happy. So, it's good to be back, and I missed you all. Well, I mean, I was still posting community post stuff, and by the way, yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient with me. It's been a while, but I'm back, and the fun's gonna carry on. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or more videos like what I've uploaded. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps. And there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in From the Depths and every other video that'll come next. Farewell!